You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. To some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Heart of Amethyst, Ikalis' path. That's right, y'all, there's new content for every route in this game, and I am here for it. So it's been too long, y'all. I'm happy to be back with Heart of Amethyst anyway. Let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. They knew. They ought to be ready for what's coming. I'm feeling rather tired as we begin to walk towards the royal castle. The thought of that shadow keeps making me nervous, as if I'm still being watched. Aside from that, the seriousness of my situation has drained my strength more than I anticipated. I mean, suddenly I find out that my sister could be involved in a complicated religious dispute. Ikalis tried to calm me down by reassuring me that I would be safe beside the king, but I can't help but feel that even himself doesn't believe that. I'm sure he must be aware of the dangerous situation we put ourselves in. After all, it's the church we're talking about. They're a huge deal. So if we start poking the wasp nest, there is no turning back. In any case, that doesn't stop us from making haste towards the castle, taking us less than 30 minutes to get there. Oh, wow, his updated sprite looks great. Once we made it there, I'm immediately astonished by the beauty of the structure in front of me. It's so big that it may as well be touching the sky, giving the building an air of grandeur. Yeah, the background is great too, damn. At the same time, every single corner of the castle seems very well taken care of. There's not a single spot or stain in any of its walls. The metallic inscriptions and decorations shine like pearls. All the banners hanging from it have not been shredded in any sort of way, and the marble statue that decorates the center of the garden ends the whole display on a high note. Simply a work of art that cannot be compared to anything I've seen before, not even the castle back on Rose Island. I assume you are impressed. How can I not be? This place is beautiful. It was built hundreds of years ago, as the dusk of the First Great War drew near. Built by the hands of our inexperienced canine ancestors, it has been remodeled and rebuilt at least 5 times. Looks almost new. Well, it's fairly new. This new model was designed by the first Grand Master 300 years ago. After the Second Great War, correct? Yes, that is correct. I see your lessons have not gone in vain. As if you would let me forget any of it with your constant tests. He chuckles at that and then looks at me with a kind smile. Since you're so tired of my classes, you should use this week as a break then. You've earned it. The last part caught my attention. Week? What do you mean? I thought we were only staying the night. Oh, you didn't know? The king decided to stay for the week. He told me he had some business to take care of and he needed us nearby. Weird, he never mentioned any of it to me. What do you think that is? Your guess is as good as mine. The king doesn't strike me as the kind of man that would just forget about stuff like this. Could he be hiding something from me? Why though? What's his game? Alright. In any case, I decide not to dwell on it as I follow Ikalis into the castle. By the way, Ikalis startles me as it's not usually him who starts the conversations. Have you ever attended a big celebration such as this? Not really, no. You can imagine since you know about my upbringing. Yeah, sure. I just didn't want to make assumptions. That's a good point. Maybe I should put that into practice, as I tend to jump to conclusions very easily. Well, have you? Yes, a few. They're not really that big of a deal, just a bunch of people pretending to like each other while playing the game. Game? Bureaucracy is like a game. You must decide on your moves carefully, or else you might find yourself at a disadvantage. Who you talk to, your way of dressing, the way you speak, etc. You need to take all these variables into consideration. So, any recommendations, Mr. Player? Just keep your wits with you and don't trust anybody. Only in the rare cases in which you are of some use to them, people will show interest in you. Ikalis' words resonate within me, making me fear a little of what's to come. I don't get much time to dwell on them, though, as we come close to a big crowd that has formed in front of the main entrance. All these people look really important and fancy, making me feel really out of place among them. Ikalis guides me to an entrance furthest away from the main one, in which the Wolf Knight is standing guard. Identify yourselves! The guard's rough tone of voice made me jump in place, but luckily Ikalis has kept his composure and he was able to speak to the man. My companion and I are the king's retainers. We were tasked to be here at this hour. If you may ask one of your superiors, you shall see we speak the truth. The wolf's eyes is up and down, trying to guess if what Ikalis is saying is true or not. But before the man can speak again, a very weak voice interrupts the conversation. Yes, let them through, please. Oh! That again. Yes, let them through, please. To my delight, a known face makes his appearance from behind the big guard. The small dog seems as nervous as always, but he manages to spare me a smile as he sees me. Very well. This way, please. The guard opens a wooden door that leads to a dark hallway, illuminated only by a few candles. You must go on your own, Ehlly. I have to go change into more appropriate attires, and my tailor must be waiting for me somewhere else. I'll see you inside. I nod to that, then enter the hallway, waving my hand to him before the door closes. Before I can muster a word, I get dragged through endless corridors within the castle. This is far darker than I expected, making me feel a little nervous. Zack explains that we are beneath the main halls, some sort of secret passages that, according to him, are not really secret at all. And what are these used for? Mostly for moving around. The servants in the main castle have many tasks to perform daily, so these help with getting from one place to another more effectively. Yeah, the updated sprites look really detailed. Especially love the red glow from the light passing through his cloak. That's a good touch. Although, you need to learn the layout first. Goddesses know I got lost so many times as a rookie. You used to work here? Yes, I was adopted by the royal family when I was still just a baby. I was an orphan and they, raised me to be what I am. I owe them a lot. So, you've been working as a butler since you were a kid? Not that you're not a kid right now, but I mean, even younger. Yeah, since I was 5. Aw, I would pay to see you in your cute little butler outfit. You must have been such a cute kid. Zack refrains from saying something. Instead, he just whines like a little puppy, his cheeks burning bright red even through the darkness of the hallway. In any case, the conversation dies there as we reach a changing room, which, according to Zack, we will use to get into my party attire. The place is not very spacious, but I don't get much time to explore as the little butler insists for me to get on my underwear. I'm about to make a dirty joke about that, but he seems in a hurry, so I refrain from it. I do as he says and strip my dirty clothes, dropping them on the ground. He then proceeds to spray me with a heavy-smelling cologne that almost drowns me. The scent is so strong that I swear it made me tear up. Before I can catch my breath, he puts layer after layer of clothes on top of me, each more tight than the previous one. Master, please, stay still. I need to button this. Buddy, if you do that, I might suffocate. I wish I were joking, but I'm not. This has got to be the most uncomfortable attire that I've ever worn. Like, seriously, who would put this on willingly? We're almost done. Please, be patient. Just get it over with, buddy. Yes, just one last strap, and... He ties the last piece of clothing around my back and chest. I promise you, I heard my ribs cracking. There, all done. You're looking dashing, sir. I can't breathe. After suffering through that, I exited the room and headed towards the main hall. Zack left my side before I made it to the door. He told me that he wasn't allowed there, as only the top butlers and maids were able to serve in big parties. Makes sense, after all, he's just an apprentice. So, I said my goodbyes to him with a hug and left him be. Goddesses know the poor kid must be super busy. Now, back to the present, I'm standing in front of the door to the main hall, which is enormous. Almost as big as a 3-story house. I wait in front of it for a few seconds before I notice that the guests are not actually entering through this door, but rather a smaller side door to the right. Wonder why I even build such a big door. I mean, if you're not going to use it, why put it here in the first place? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, so not wishing to waste any more time, I move in line with the rest of them. By the door, there was a fancy-looking Samoyed butler picking up invitations. And as I notice I don't have one of those, I start to panic. I have no invitation. I was never given one. What am I supposed to do? Do I try to find one of the others, or is there another entrance for the retainers? My mind starts to race, but before I can do something about it, I find myself in front of the line. A very tired Samoyed looks down on me. Invitation? He coldly says, extending his hand towards me. I, don't have one, sir. He lifts his eyebrow at me and then sighs. Name? Ehlly. Ehlly Biscotti? Sir Biscotti, come in. King retainers do not need an invitation. I hear some murmurs behind me, people talking about what's taking so long and criticizing me for wasting their time. I try to give them no importance, but they start to bluntly say some nasty things. So the rumors were true. Yes, he's the commoner that almost killed the king. What is this world coming to? A nasty commoner like him walking on these grounds? I've heard that all the king's retainers are freaks like him. What is that man thinking? That old man is totally losing it. We need the prince to step up, and quick. I don't want to accept that, but I feel crushed under the avalanche of negative comments coming my way. I turn around, trying to find the ones who said those things, but only met with hateful expressions and judging gazes. Sir, please move along. The butler placed his hand on my shoulder and kindly directed me into the main hall. I can still feel their gazes glued to the back of my head. Those eyes who silently tell me, you don't belong here. I still remember the feelings of entering a throne room for the first time. Places designed with the sole purpose of making everyone feel insignificant except for the one sitting on the silver chair. Ooh, that's beautiful. Well, I can't take that feeling and shove it up my... Well, I can take that feeling and shove it up my ass. This place is twice as big and 10 times fancier than the throne room back in Laguna Castle. They all seem to be made out of white gold and jewels. And as you walk, you get the feeling of stepping on diamonds as the tiles shine as if you look up, you'll be met by beautiful paintings splattered all over the ceiling, which is being held by many rows of chiseled pillars carved to perfection by the artist. Finally, my attention is drawn to the end of the room, where an enormous golden statue guards the throne in which currently no one is sitting. I move around the room, trying to remain close to the walls, as I don't want to get swallowed by the sea of people. They're all nobles of different races and backgrounds. So, some of them are dancing to the music of the orchestra, but most are engaging in lively conversation. And of course, there are some loners like myself, just standing around and looking in the direction of the crowd. Now, here's when I ask myself, what should I do? All I can think about is how not to embarrass myself again. Maybe I could try dancing, although it looks a little complicated for me. Or I could try socializing with the royals, but I honestly don't think I have anything in common with them. There's always the option to go get a snack, but I'm feeling quite hungry after all. My mind races as I try to decide on what to do, going through the many different outcomes and possibilities, and most of them end in a very bad note. Even my awkward self is bound to be able to strike a conversation, right? I mean, it's not like these people are aliens, even if it sometimes feels like it. In any case, I decide to scan the area, see if I can spot anyone worth talking to. Some of the royals are dancing around, surrounded by a crowd. I decide to not go there, since I'm not currently looking for a dance partner. Instead, I walk near a group of people who are chatting with one another by the corners of the room. As I reach them, I put the best fake smile I can muster, then call their attention. They turn around to look at me, and I say, "Hello," I decide to introduce myself, but before I can finish, all of them laugh at me and stare me down with their judgy eyes. That is more than enough for my cheeks to turn crimson red. So I walk away from that group, not wanting to give those assholes another reason to mock me. I then tried it a few more times with another three different groups, all of them bearing similar results. I sigh in desperation, pressing my back against the wall. Why did I expect it to go any different? I'm clearly not like these people. I don't belong among them, and they don't mince their words about it. Like I want to be like them anyway. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. That was just stupid of me. Well, no use staying here, I guess. I'll just step outside and wait for the king. If he needs me, I'm sure he'll send someone to look for me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to an I'd say for more content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!